Hey guys, in this video I wanted to show you the bar top I built. I actually put this together about 5 years ago. It was powered by the original Xbox running CoinOps, and for those who don't know, CoinOps is a really advanced front end that has a lot of emulators and ROMs already set up. The wiring and setup for the Xbox was really complicated and messy, and eventually it stopped working, so I gutted it out and repainted it. I then used a Raspberry Pi 2 to power it and ran RetroPie on it. However, when the Pandora boxes came out, I decided I wanted to replace RetroPie with the Pandora Jamma boxes. Even though I took woodworking in high school, I'm not much of a carpenter, so it was a lot of work for me to cut all the MDF for the bar top. If I had to do it all over again, I'd probably just buy a kit where the MDF is already cut and just paint it myself. You can buy a complete kit on eBay for less than $100 with all the pieces already cut, and it's just a matter of assembling it and then of course painting it. Since I'm replacing the electronics inside, at the same time I wanted to also upgrade the speakers and add an amplifier. So it was originally painted a watermelon red, but when I gutted it out a couple years ago, I took the opportunity to repaint it white because I wanted to be able to just use stickers or wall decals to decorate it. So back then I used Super Mario wall decals because the theme for my RetroPie was also kind of Super Mario themed. So if I ever get bored of it, I can just peel it off and just use something else. Since the Pandora's box uses a standard Jamma interface, wiring it is a lot easier if you buy the harness. You can pick up a harness for about $10 on the various online websites, and it makes it a lot easier to hook it up to your buttons and joysticks. And the other end just plugs into the Pandora's box PCB, and it makes it much easier to like upgrade in the future. So if they make a Pandora's box 4S, 4S Plus, 5, etc., you don't have to rewire anything. You just have to unplug the old Pandora's box and then plug in a new one. So this is the wiring harness all hooked up to the control panel, and then what you want to do is bundle up all the wires so it's not too long, and tidy it up a bit. I'm gonna go through here with some zap straps and just tidy it up as well. Now all that's left to do is to plug the other end to the Pandora's box. It's keyed a certain way, so make sure that you have it orientated correctly. The instructions should tell you how to plug it in. So this is what it looks like all hooked up and ready to go. So I plugged the Jamma interface into the Pandora box, and then I hooked up the headphone jack as well as the VGA cable, and over here is the amplifier where you can turn up and down the volume as well as turn it off. There's also bass and treble options. So in order to power this, I have a power bar that has about 3 plugs. One is for the amplifier. So the amplifier uses a 12 volt, and then I have the Pandora's box is actually powered by a 5 volt. So a 5 volt USB lead. So basically you want to hook it up to the red and black cable. The yellow cable is 12 volt and you don't really need that. So I plug the USB cable into a USB adapter, and that powers it just fine. And then the last power socket is for the monitor. For speaker wires, I'm using an RJ45 network cable, so I'm just using the orange, brown, green, and blue cables to transfer the left and right signal to the amplifier from the Pandora box. Now it's time to turn on the Pandora's box, and there is a 30-second intro that plays a bunch of basically a video and a bunch of music. So this version of the Pandora's box is the version 4, and it only has 645 games. As you know, there's Pandora's box 4S, which has 680, and the 4S Plus, which has 815 games. Using a Pandora's box to power your arcade system like a bar top or a full cabinet, it's actually very cost effective, and it's also very easy to set up because there isn't really much to set up. All it is just plugging up the wiring harness to the Pandora box and then plugging the harness to the controls on your arcade system. So it makes it a lot easier when compared to, say, even a Raspberry Pi. With a Raspberry Pi, you do have to do some sort of setup with downloading ROMs, as well as connecting your buttons to the GPIO port. To get back to the game selection screen, hold the coin and player 1 button. I'm in the process of converting my other arcade systems to Pandora boxes, and I'll probably wire them up with Jamma harnesses. And like I said, it makes it a lot easier to upgrade, especially when newer versions of the Pandora box comes out. It's just a matter of unplugging it and then plugging in the new one, so there's no rewiring needed. Anyways, that's it for this video. Comment, like, share, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.